Okay, I'm at the Mandrinell house. What we got up here? You got all the condensation that runs into the gutter, comes over, and then down this downspout. And right exactly where I'm at right here is where it's dripping inside. So this panel here has actually rusted through. There's places actually where there's actual holes through the panel. So we need to change this panel out. A lot of them are kind of rusted. So it looks like maybe some of the chemicals that they put on there to clean stuff maybe affected them, because it's not over in the center. It's just like right here, or maybe these lines at one time was dripping straight down. The gutter was dripping, something like that. But we need to change this one pan out because I mean it's actually rusted through in places. And then we need to put a piece of downspout that goes from here, which that's the bigger downspout, the whatever the heck that is. It's still just like a household downspout, but put a piece on there to go over and down into that gutter and keep the water from running on this every single day. Let me go over here a little bit to see if this gutter was dripping or if this was... Yeah, see what was happening here. See, maybe at one point in time I see some fittings laying around where they've like reworked this, because there's a lot of water up on the roofing system, which it didn't rain this morning. And it's, this AC condensation, and they just got those units right behind there that's probably sweating, and it it's a lot of moisture on there. Comes down into the gutter. It is aluminum gutter, so that's a good thing. Appears that it's in pretty good shape. We just we could put a coating on this. We can clean this and put a coating on the full system, because you got some places down here too. It's, if we keep the moisture off of it, the rust has already started now, so it's going to keep rusting unless you get rust inhibitor on there and something to protect it from the elements. But yeah, pretty much each place that they had these lines going, before, it must have been just dripping right straight down instead of going into the gutter and out. This line maybe got relocated, something like that, because it appears on the here you can see where water was steadily running off. I don't know. It's going to be a, it's going to be up to you. I can coat the hose system. I mean, it wouldn't be worth changing the whole thing out right now. Need to seal around that guy too. That's, probably not bad, but we need a seal around it. Put a China cap on it. And then you got the same thing over here on the other end. Where this, you got the condensation running in there, and and part of it's making its way over to this downspout. Need to reseal around these guys too. But we need to put a piece of downspout on each one of these going down there into the gutter. It's a galvalume panel. Once it gets through the coating, it's just, just a metal panel. And they will rust, and once they start rusting, the rust inhibitor works pretty good. Wow, look at that. That guy needs a little flange put on it. Kind of funky. Not leaking though, but probably need to make a little piece of metal just to come out, just to keep that from the water blowing in that thing. Flashing, it looks like somebody come up here and took a piece of modified, thinking that it was running back up underneath the flashing in the back. But I really believe that those pinholes and stuff that I'm seeing is actually, because you see like right here at the edge, you actually see holes actually through the panel itself. And we should be able to get something to match this panel. I'll measure it up and see if I can't find something, and maybe we could just change out the two panels, change out these two pans, and you know, right where the gutters or the downspouts are out, and then put another piece of downspout to get it off of there. I don't think I have anything in the truck to really temporary this, because nothing's going to stick to that. Alright, anyway, I'll get this over to you, Mr. Jones. And, you know, they said, I asked him, and he actually called his GM and said in the main part of the restaurant, they have no issues. So, well, that's a good thing. Okay, I started looking at this thing from the ladder now, on the ladder here. And you can see where water's running behind and down the fascia as well. Then when I look up here and I actually trying to just kind of look under this panel, it is in really bad shape. It's like breaking up in my hand. So I'm not going to play with it too much. I don't want to. But the panels are not sealed anywhere across the bottom here. They're just kind of like laying on there. They never, you know, did any kind of hem back around or let it stick out. You know, if you let it stick out a couple inches, you know, but kind of a wild detail. All of those panels are up and then rusting at the end because you got the raw metal, because, you know, of course, once you cut a panel, then you're exposing the metal itself inside instead of where the coating, you know, the electro coating that's on it. But you know, to stop the leak, like I say, we can try to change this one pan out, do the other pan down there, and put a downspout. I'll give you an option to put a coating, which, you know, gives you, you know, another 10 years or whatever, 5, 10. They tell you 10, but it's really, to me, it's not 100% sure. Anyway, I'll put this together for you, Mr. Jones.